Oh, hello. How are you doing there? Thank you for joining me. Let's run an ad, shall we? So, for those who are subbed, I don't even know. On the VOD, does it run an ad? I don't know. Somebody help me. Somebody tell me what's up. How is everybody's evening? Everybody's night? When we come back from our ad, I will talk about what we're doing here. Either it's good or it's not. I don't know. I mean, no, it's good. It's good. I mean, can you hear me? Either you can or you can't. What we're doing here is good. I'm excited for what we're doing here. I'm excited to help out one of our own. Excited for the content that we have coming up. Like, I feel like everything we do just gets better and better. We're having incredible guests on. People sharing their story, people sharing their enlightening opinions, their wisdom. People who are friends now. It's awesome. Oh, Jenny's here. There's Jenny. How are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, so that one. Trying to go to. Trying to read my literature, Jenny. Oh, we're back from ad now. Okay, here we go. So we're here tonight to stream for the Picking Me Foundation for our very own Jennifer, or Jenny, as we call her on stream. Uh, she is a wonderful person, somebody who has done a lot for us. I don't even think she understands how much she's done for us. Started when she first came into the stream. I remember it so well because we're like, we feel so good. We feel great. We're excited. And Jenny's like, are those all the words you know around feelings? And yeah, she's just helped us so much since then. And she did not say it in a demeaning way. It was fantastic. So um yeah, so Jenny put out a tweet asking if anybody could help out with streaming for some charity. I gotta stop clapping because my um my kids are sleeping next door, so we can't get super loud. I should probably take one off to make sure I'm not being super loud. But uh, yeah, so we're gonna be streaming for the Picking Me Foundation, trying to help raise money. Um, we super supportive of Jenny. If Jenny needs anything, we will try to be there. We will do what we can. But the Picking Me Foundation is a nonprofit dedicated to advocating for dermatillomania, or skin picking disorder, and it's designed to bring awareness to the mental illness. So it was just added to the DSM, so not a lot of people know about it. Um, the it's something you know. Um, my partner has a really vast knowledge on this stuff. Not only is she extremely smart, but she's a therapist. And I asked her if she'd ever heard of it, and she said, "Yeah." And it gets pretty severe. It gets more severe than what we realize, and these littler known diseases just aren't as supported because people don't know about them, right? people don't, if you don't know about it, like, okay, something similar is alopecia. So alopecia runs in my family. It runs on my mom's side. My mom has it, and my mom has the alopecia universalis. So she has no hair on her body at all, and she got it in her mid 40s, and um, it really gave her an identity crisis because she was always the one who was doing her hair. She was always getting her hair styled, doing different things, and all of a sudden she had none. And it didn't just all fall out at once. It was, patches. But and then when you ask a doctor about it, it's not life threatening. So there's no funding behind it or anything. And I feel like this is something similar because it's not life threatening, right? It's not, maybe in very severe cases it could be if you get an infection, but it's something that, in small scenarios is annoying, but in worst case scenarios it could be damaging to your health. It's not good to have infections all the time. It's not good to, I mean, it could hurt your self-esteem, right? It could, the way people judge you. So um it's awesome to be able to do something like this. So let's see here. I have a couple commands that you can put into chat. Here is one talking about the charity, except it's not because interesting. Thought I put some commands in here. Let's see if this works. Because if it doesn't, um, let's try this one. Okay. Wonder why these commands aren't working. I put them in there. That's awesome. I probably should have checked to make sure these worked. Well, let's try this. There's more than one way to get this done. So, welcome to Untapped Keg, where we talk about um we, we talk about sobriety, we talk about um mental health, we talk about how everything in our lives is connected to our sobriety, and everything in our sobriety is connected to our lives. Like, I think that that's really important. I think, we try to offer peer support for anybody who needs it. We get vulnerable. We talk about how it's not, we don't, we're, are, oh, interesting. That's why it's not working. Okay. I see. I see. Okay. I think I know what's going on. Um, where was I? I was somewhere. I was somewhere and I'm not there anymore. That, I think a lot of what we do can be misconstrued too, right? Like we want to be there to help people, but we're not there for every single problem, right? Um, like I really do like helping people. I like being able to give people a place to go where they feel open, where you can talk about anything and you're not going to be judged. I like offering growth, right? I think that's so important that we do not do is talk about everything. Just having a space where you can talk about what's going on, talk about what's in your life, talk about what's just sometimes you need to vent. Sometimes you just need to talk about your feelings and wade through it, right? Sometimes, especially when you're going sober, like being when you're early in sobriety, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to turn, you don't know what your triggers are. You have all of these emotions that are coming back, and it doesn't happen in the first day, it doesn't happen in the first week. Sometimes it could be months or years down the road. You have these emotions start flooding back, and what do you do? You know, Mons and I used to have these talks out on the golf course, and I talk about it sometimes, but we would talk about how, that your feeling of aloneness gets um amplified, right? There we go, that worked. um your feeling of aloneness gets amplified when you're sober, when you don't have that crutch that you used, when you lose your hobby, like I've mentioned before. You used to put all this time into doing something, and now you don't have that. What do you do now? um that's hard, and you have to talk about it. Like, people need to know. Like, I was just telling someone, and Mons is very open about this. You're gonna lose friends. You're gonna lose friends when you go sober. So what do you do? We hopefully we created a space where you can come and listen and know you're not alone. And I still go through those feelings of aloneness. Everybody does, right? Everybody does. And I'm not just saying that um, I'm not just saying that as a, like, of course everybody does, but, like, it's real. It's real, and it's something that you can't grab somebody by the hand and walk them out of it. They have to do it themselves. It's just like when you're in active addiction or active substance abuse, or um, whatever you are doing at the moment that is self-destructive. People can tell you all you want. It can be people close to you. It can be your mom, your friends, whoever. But until you come to the realization that you are not the best version of yourself, you're not going to make a change. It's not going to stick. It's not going to stick. They can make you sober up. They can make you go sober, and it can last for years. It's not going to stick. And those self-destructive behaviors are going to happen again. And you can do all the right things, and you could relapse. You could fall off the wagon. You could, slip up, whatever you want to call it. But you have all of your previous knowledge that you've gained now, everything that's worked to get you to your moment. Um, you still have that. One slip up and years of doing it the right way, of being a positive, self-expressive person, does not define who you are. That one mistake does not define who you are, and that's important. I think people need to hear that, and we want for people to grow, because you don't go sober when you're a perfect person. Let me tell you from experience, you don't go sober when you're a perfect person. We've had to grow as people, as human beings. As a parent, as I am, I just told you my two kids are sleeping in the next room. Um, just understanding that you don't know it all and you're willing to learn, that goes such a long way. And we want to allow for people to have the ability to grow, because that's what we need right now. We don't know everything. We don't pretend like we know everything, but we're willing to learn. And that's all we can do. So Jenny says it's a really new idea because I think lots of times we think we have places we vent, but if there's a lot going on, chances are people you normally talk to or related to some of your negative things you have to work through, and we don't always know that it's okay to go to someone else. Chatting, love it. So I'm really glad you're here, Jenny. So once again, we're here for the Picking Me Foundation. If you go, I have some donation amounts. So $5, you can ask me anything, I'll answer it. I'll still be here the entire time. I'm gonna play a game. $10, you can pick the game that I play based off what I have in my library downloaded. Um, $20, you can join me on Discord for 10 minutes in the chat. $30, you get to pick the game that I play and do both. $40, join me on camera for 10 minutes. So that would take a little bit more setup, but I can do it. And then $50, we'll play together for the rest of the stream. I'm planning on only being here for 2 hours, but I can stay for longer too, if we're having a really good time. So that's what I got for that. Our goal is $100. Um, so hopefully we can get $5, maybe $10. That'd be fantastic. Once again, this is for Picking Me Foundation. So if we want to see what that is, we do !charity. That will pull that up, as well as the donation link. So I do have some timers running. Hopefully they pop up. I may have not done the stream elements thing absolutely correct, so it may not pop up like it's supposed to. But I hope it does. I hope it does. It used to, but I think that I might have screwed that up somehow. So, and hopefully the alerts work because I have alerts set up for the stream, and it would really hurt me in my heart if it doesn't work right. But if it doesn't, we will roll with the punches. So without further ado, I'm gonna play some Sekiro till we get some more, we get some, see what's going on, and let me know if you want to ask me anything. If you want, ooh, how do you test donation, Jenny? On OBS? Well, apparently my chat's not working on here either. So on the overlay part of Stream Elements, so I did that and it worked on the overlay section of Stream Elements. That did work. So hopefully it still works. So if I click on a widget, might be able to test if I do it right now, you're saying? Ooh. So I didn't do that, I guess. So I think I did. Did I do this one or this one? Oh, wasn't this one. There it is. Okay. So if I click on emulate, did that work on? Yes. Okay, it worked. So that's good. Lion's here. What's up, Lion? Good to see you. Sweet. So it worked. It worked out on stream. You can, I cannot hear this. I'm good. How are you doing, Lion? So I have to go here. I think it's this one. That's not it. I had this working earlier. I tested it because I had to change it. No. So for some reason, my Elgato the game audio does not come through, but I tested it on OBS and I know it worked. Try this. Does this work? No, it did not. Okay. What is going on here? Why are you doing this to me? I thought we were friends. So I go here. This one is I had it figured out and now it's not working. Why aren't you working? Why are you doing this to me? Come on. All right, that's cool. Let's see here. Oh, Roadhouse, huh? I saw it work in OBS, Jenny, so that works. Just picked up some Roadhouse. That's good. Here you're well. Yeah, so I looked up the fix and I had it working. It literally was working, and now it's not. I don't know why. I checked it. It worked. I cheered. I'm ready. I was ready to go. Hmm. Well, that's awkward. Maybe this one? Oh. Why aren't you working? Here, I'll try this. Let's re-add the source. And there it goes. So I don't know why. Alright, now it's working right. So we'll just say that it's the Elgato. Can you hear that? I'm thinking you can hear it. Trying to get my sound to work for my PlayStation to come through on the screen. Lion. It's working. Awesome. So I'm gonna start playing some Sekiro. So here we go. Let's do. Oh yes, of course. And then continue. This game is not easy. It's a From Software game. I'm not through the what's it called? Tutorial yet. It's not I said, it's not easy. I'll be paying attention to chat. And we'll see how I do, if I can remember the buttons. Okay, remember that button. Shoot. Okay, here we go. All about that charity, all about that charity. You know how it is. So the game volume's high, so okay, thank you for telling me. How is that? Do I need to go? Let me know if that's still loud. We're in this together, fam. Again, there was a mini boss here that I beat earlier. This game is pretty cool. So this is what I'm gonna be playing on Streamline. So there's all your donations. They will be. Hopefully, I get the alert. Put in chat if you donate, just to make sure, and then that money is amount will do something. So, and it's all going to charity. All the tips, click the link, tip. Please don't sub or tip to us tonight. Let's put everything to charity. If you tip us, I will try to make note of that, and we will put it back into charity. So, as Lion would say, let's go. I would yell it louder, Lion, but my kids are sleeping in the other room. Look, this is for you, Lion. It's a big rooster. I wish I had it. I'm excited because that was a mini boss that I beat, because this dude was hard, you know? And I was very comfortable when I did it, you know, I put my fist and I said, oh yeah, let's go. So yeah, for those who don't know, my name is RJ. We do a podcast called Untapped Keg. About being sober. We're both alcoholics, and we talk and get vulnerable about what it's like being sober and living, and trying to be better people. And we talk about it from a mental health lens, but we can laugh about it too, and I think that's important, is that we also can laugh about it, right? Ah, that stinks. I made noise, so now this dude's here. Especially when here. Okay, you didn't see it. Okay, you just donated. Thank you. Mark it. Alright, let's get into this. What just happened? I Alright, that didn't work either. So for some reason the widget's not working. Okay, so when it's intense you can't hear me at all. Okay, I will drop that down. Whoever donated, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Um Hopefully this is better. How's that for volume wise? Okay. Somebody donated $10. Thank you very much. Appreciate that so much. Like, you're amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. From Anonymous. Thank you so much. I wish you could have seen the widget that I had spent so much time making. And whoever did it, if you want to pick a new game for me to play, go ahead. I appreciate you so much. So, here we go. That is where it's going to, and then charity. This charity, so if you want $10, that is, you can either pick the game I play or ask me 2 questions. And then you can decide, and we are streaming for Picking Me Foundation, which is raising awareness about gosh dang it, why did I just forget it? Dermatillomania. Thank you. There's no cure. It's in the DSM. It's recently added. And yeah. All right. All right. Cool. Cool. Nah, I don't want to figure out how to do that. Thank you, whoever donated. Really appreciate it. Let's play some more. Play some games. So that $10 puts more fidgets in fiddle packs, which helps people instead of picking at your skin, hair twirling, things like that, chewing on their fingers. They can. Okay. All right, Jenny. Let's do this. Do you think Matt Campbell's gonna leave? Is that what you're worried about? I'm I'm here. So for those who don't know, the college football world has been lit ablaze with a bunch of coaching carousel, right? They The thing about college sports is that coaches get paid obscene amounts of money. And a lot of these schools are publicly funded schools, right? Which is fine. If you're good at your job, get your bag, right? The only problem is players are not allowed to transfer at any time. Like they should be. They have to they have to sit out a year. So coaches will just leave in the middle of a season and go to a new go to a new job. So actually Monte's senior year, his coach left before they played the Rose Bowl, and he left in the middle of the night, never told the players what was happening. And the only reason that Monte came back for his senior year, well, it's not the only reason, but part of the reason was what the coach said to him at the end of the season when he was making his decision. And then he just abandoned him for the final game of the year. And it's not like it's a small game, it's the freaking Rose Bowl, right? So Oklahoma's coach, before they had a chance to, they're probably going to get a big bowl game, left to go to USC. He's getting paid $115 million guaranteed. They paid for his two houses $500,000 over asking price, and he basically has his own personal private jet. Brian Kelly, Notre Dame's head coach, just took the LSU job. He had a 2-minute meeting with players, didn't take any questions, just basically said, hey, took a new job, see you guys, and left. And is done, had a meeting with the coaches, and was probably basically like, whatever, I took a new job. Some of you guys who are worth it, I'll probably reach out for assistance. Otherwise, don't wait around. And then he left. Well, now Notre Dame has an opening and Oklahoma has an opening. Both jobs are both jobs are, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, they're good jobs. They're high profile. That's the word I'm looking for. Both are high profile football schools. Whoever takes those jobs is going to have a lot of get a lot of money, get a big payday, and B, have a lot of resources to be able to recruit players and do everything else. Jenny's worried that the coach of her favorite college team, maybe favorite football team, period, is Iowa State, who's Matt Campbell, is going to go for the Notre Dame job because that's one of his dream jobs. So do you think Matt Campbell do you think that his dream would be to build this program, or do you think his dream is going to be to stay with his players? Because Matt Campbell comes off to me, and this, you never know, like, if the bag is what the USC bag is, you might be able to get Matt Campbell from that program. I don't know what Matt Campbell makes a year, but it ain't going to be what he'd make at Notre Dame. I would worry if I was an Iowa State fan like you are, and I know you have been. I've seen you tweeting about it. I would be worried. And how fast can I read that? I gotta get through this one first. I haven't started it yet, but I'm hoping to get through it. In about a week and a half. So, chop wood, carry water, or win in the dark. Like, I'll probably read chop wood, carry water, but I don't know if I'll read win in the dark. And I'm gonna read Pound the Stone first, even though I'm not supposed to. But like, this is, college football has a reckoning. Like, they have to go through. I guess that's not the right words, but they need to stop poaching coaches during the season. Honestly, like, you're hurting these kids who, some of them probably already have been abandoned once in their lives, maybe multiple, and you're not just a coach, like, you're a father figure. Like, you help mold these kids into men. Like, you are in a very important role in their lives, and to just leave in the middle of the season, some of these players, it's like, when you go into a bowl game, it could be the biggest game of their lives, and you're just going to abandon them like that. That impacts them mentally, something they may never get over. And if they do get over it, it's going to be with a lot of help, right? It's something that they don't look at. Like, this year, college football is looked at more as pro football, but like, I can tell you from seeing someone who was a D1 athlete, a high-profile D1 athlete, the amount of time they put in per week is more than a full-time job. And yes, it's capped at 20 hours of practice a week, but you are expected to do more. And you were limited with the amount of money you can make in the off season. So when you have these coaches that can just leave and impact these players like this, it's bigger than that. And seeing Matt Campbell on senior day it makes me believe that he is not going to just leave in the middle of it, right? He's not just going to run away and just it's going to have to be like generationally changing wealth, because you would be a fool to turn that down. I'm sorry, but you would be. Um, and if it's his honest to God literal dream job, I just hope he's open with his players. Like, hey, you guys, we are building something special here, and I love you so much, but like, this is my dream job. I have to take this. Instead of just having a 2-minute speech with your players, like, hey, so I took a new job. I wish you guys the best. See ya. So if he does leave, what do you think that does to Iowa State's recruiting chances as far as getting a new coach, Jenny? Yeah, and then yeah, when we had Derek on from Millennium Counseling in Chicago, he's big into starting, programs to bring mental health to college athletics, especially college athletics, because you're still kids. You, the amount that we know that like you are being shaped in college and how important of a moment that is, like from the ages of 18 to 25, how much of a big piece of your person is molded there. Like sports psychologists are just for their sports mental rather than the person mental. So um the thing is, Jenny, like if he takes the Notre Dame job, he could still coach in the bowl game. Like coaches have done that before, where yes, I will take the job, but I'm going to stay on for the bowl. If he took that job, he would not coach Notre Dame in the bowl game. He would still coach Iowa State, and he probably would do that. So as far as the recruits can go to a different school if they want to. Like just because they signed doesn't mean they can't decommit and go somewhere else. They're not under the same transfer rules as the players already on the team. So how well we can keep the culture without him. Future recruits, the ones who have committed, same culture. Otherwise, it will be gutting because it shows that it's still a facade. Like I feel like Matt has to have some kind of plan to leave Jamie with. Who's Jamie? Um, you don't understand why recruits come otherwise, in the sense that everyone says if he doesn't want to win, why would someone want to go there? I think, however, we get recruits, it's going to have to still apply. So, I think Iowa State is usually in the running for the same recruits Wisconsin is, and if you look at how Wisconsin runs, Wisconsin does their program. Like they get a few really good athletes and surround them with very hardworking players that will improve. You have to have good coaches. Where Wisconsin's run into trouble is progressing key positions. So, like, obviously, quarterback, we can talk about. Wisconsin has a problem with uh, progressing quarterbacks along a level. Like, they reach a certain point at the University of Wisconsin, they don't get past it. I would say they get to very solid to maybe good, but we haven't seen anyone go through the system at Wisconsin and reach that level of great. And part of that has to do with coaching. You can coach players up. Iowa State's had a lot of success the past few years, and some of it is recruiting, but a lot of it's coaching. And I think if you have an AD who understands that mentality, that hard worker, blue collar, I'm going to make the most of my talent mentality, that's going to help a program that's, I would say, mid-size, like Iowa State is, like Wisconsin. Like the thing with Wisconsin is we're mid-size, but we feel like we should be blue chip, large, and I don't know if that's the mindset inside of Wisconsin. I guarantee it's not the player mindset, but it feels like the coaches are stuck in that mindset. So, um, yeah. So like, what goes into recruiting? So your assistant coaches and your head coaches will fly out during all times of the year to meet with players to recruit them. So, and usually you have to spend a lot of money into it, put a lot into it. So your ADHD brain, remember that Jarence Howard, assistant coach for Texas men's basketball. Oh, he explained his recruiting process, and I appreciated that. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, I mean, if you if your AD is very good and he understands that, he'll put that into the process of hiring a coach. But, um, yeah, yeah, that's it's very interesting. It's a very interesting predicament that Iowa State's in. It's one Wisconsin hasn't been in for a little while. So, let's go back here. Okay. So, you know, just so everybody knows, we're here for the Picking Me Foundation. And you can donate by clicking this link. And if you donate $5, you get to ask me anything. $10, you get to pick a new game for me to play. One that I have installed on my PlayStation. I'm sorry, that's what it is. $20, you get to join me on Discord for 10 minutes. $30, you get to do both, pick a new game, or you can ask me 2 questions. And join me in the Discord for 10 minutes. $40, you can join me on camera, which we'd have to use a different overlay. $50, we'll play a game together. So everything goes to charity tonight. Please put it through the link that's here. And, let's have some fun. So I hope you're enjoying it so far. It is very Iowa State, but I would say Marquette men's basketball is a similar program to Iowa State. Like you have success. You have these mountains you feel like you could reach, but you haven't gotten there quite yet. Sometimes it feels like you're right there, but it's not quite grasped. Buzz Williams left Marquette for what I would say feels like a lesser program in Virginia Tech. So you could at least, let's say Matt Campbell leaves and goes to Notre Dame. That is like, I'm sorry that I'm about to say this, Jenny. I don't want to say this because it's going to be a shot to your heart, but at least he's upgrading himself as far as programs go and resources. Notre Dame just is. It's one of the 3 most prestigious programs out there. It still is. It's Alabama, Notre Dame, and I mean, honestly, it's probably USC still. It's probably still USC. So, I guess Ohio State might overtake USC, but I think it's still USC. So, all right, check my DMs. Check my DMs. Once again, we're Untapped Keg. I'm RJ Zimmerman. I'm an alcoholic. I've been sober for 8 years, approaching, coming up on 8 years. And we talk about our lives, how being sober affects everything in our life, and everything in our life affects our sobriety. But we also can laugh at some of the stuff we've done in the past. So, let's see here. Coach and I have a great relationship. Let's face it. If he's not on people's lists, then someone's not doing their job. I guess it will never change, but your actions speak louder than your words. Okay. So here's an analogy I've talked about in the last 24 hours. Oklahoma is a microcosm of what some coaches have been doing. They chase the money, then they find out really quickly that chasing the money wasn't, Dan Mullen, 3 straight New Year's Six bowls, then 175 season, you're out. Don't think for a second that Coach Campbell doesn't notice that. What we talk about is, come on, let's call it like it is. Everybody would like to make their money. I don't know anybody in the world who would say, oh, I don't want to make that money. But grounded people can go, well, not if it comes with that. Let's call it like it is. All the people mentioned, we all make more than we probably should. But if you compare us to our peers, we don't even come close to what our peers are making, right? That's okay, because none of us are going to go to the poorhouse. We're doing just fine. There's something at Iowa State that I talk about all the time. You're in control. I tell Coach Campbell, okay, you went 7-5 this year. You know what's different about being 7-5 at Ohio State or Iowa State versus being 7-5 somewhere else? You don't have any board of regents. You don't have a president. You don't have an AD. And you don't have any donors telling you that you have to switch coaches on your staff or you're fired. We let them wear black. Try wearing black at USC, right? There's some things that go into still being paid a lot of money, but you can't say, well, Matt's only making this compared to what he could make there. Well, yeah, you could take that, but it comes with a whole set of other factors. Yeah, I mean, that's true, but generational wealth, right? Generational wealth. It's not just you. And the thing is about these contracts with these coaches in the NCAA, it's guaranteed money. You get fired after that 7-5 season, sure, you might have to move. You still get that bag. Like, it's not like, that what Lincoln Riley took to go to USC, like $115 million, he could get fired in 2 years. Let's say he goes, he misses a bowl in 2 years. Like, he has a decent year next year, and then he misses bowl. He's still going to make that $100 million. That's generational wealth. Like, $100 million today is not what it was 5 years ago, but $100 million still means you don't have to work. It still means your kids don't have to work. It means your grandkids don't have to work, right? And so if Notre Dame is going to come with that kind of a bag, he's gotta think that that's different. So how many NCAA coaches fall out completely? Does that happen? I would say the only time it's happened, you look at, no, that actually didn't happen, but usually it's a scandal. Like, it's not for lack of success. So, so that they make what they make per year in their contract, but if they get fired, they still make that much the next year. Like, it's still guaranteed. Whatever they sign their contract for. So, like, who was it? It might have been USC was paying like 3 coaches over $6 million a year for like 3 years because they fired so many coaches in a row. So I don't know how long his contract is, but when I saw that number, my eyebrows went really high because that is an unbelievable number. So I would love it if let's see if this works. No. Still not working for some reason. Interesting. Yeah, so like Jenny, let's say he signed a 6-year, $36 million contract, and in his second year, he gets fired. He's still going to make $6 million until that 6 years is up. So that's, I mean, yes, you could get fired and you might have to move your family. But if you're making that much money, you ain't gonna have to move your family. You only have to go back to coaching if you want to. So Notre Dame fans saying no to Campbell. Does he fit there? Honestly, does he fit there? I would say no. Um, I really, really, I didn't know much about Matt Campbell until you kind of pointing me out to things, Jenny. But he is, he cares more about the players and growing, being there for them. Um, but and that does, and he does like the winning. Sure, the winning hurts and the winning matters, but he cares more about making sure his players are okay, making sure that his players are doing things the right way, are taken care of, right? He cares more about that. And at Notre Dame, they care more about national championships and winning than anything else. So that would be why people are saying no to Campbell, because Campbell's come out and said, like, winning is secondary. Like, growing these boys, men, is his primary focus, which is most coaches should say that. So, and by the way, I got a text message and I was worried that I was being too loud, but I am not, luckily. So that's a good thing. You saw my voice change there in the middle of that text message. I'm worried about waking my children up. So, I see a follow from Asta. Thank you very much. I appreciate the follow. I recognize you from Up, and that's very very awesome that you came here to check this out, and really appreciate the follow, Asta. So, Jenny, I don't know. I appreciate the lurk. Uh, don't know much about any other programs, so I don't have a lot of ground to compare. So every program is really really different. So here, let's throw this up for Asta. So Asta, we're raising money for the Picking Me Foundation, which is a foundation raising awareness about dermatillomania. Didn't have to look at it this time. And like hair pulling, and dermatillomania is skin picking. So it was recently added to the DSM, and it being a newer diagnosis for DSM. Oh, I know. If I would have known about it, I would have made him drink nothing but carrot juice. I should go back in there. That would be really funny. That would be really funny. Um. So, but if like things aren't life threatening, then they don't get talked about often. Um. So this charity it's an awesome charity. All donations, everything made tonight will go towards that. And yeah, we're just trying to raise some money. And right now we're talking about Iowa State's football coach with oh yep. So that's why we are doing this. So Jenny reached out and asked if anybody would be willing to help her raise money for this charity, and I said absolutely. So Jenny's done so much for us, so much for us. And for those who don't know, like my game monitor's right in front of me and my laptop's right here. So when I'm looking down, I'm looking at the chat. So I'm not like ignoring you. I appreciate you being here, and Jenny's done so much for us. And if all it requires is a couple hours of my time, I'll be there every time, and even more than that. So, anything I can do to help. And yes, Waba, we are live. We are here. Thanks for the follow, Waba. Awesome seeing here. Love you. Hi, good to see you. So Lion at Heart 219 hit me up and he said, I know you guys stream more on YouTube now, but it'd be awesome like if you guys would keep your Twitch presence just so that people could follow you if you want playing games. So I did that once. I did it once and it went pretty good. It was a pretty good stream, except for my sound didn't work. So I had to fix all that. Anyway, Jenny hit me up and asked if we would raise money for Picking Me Foundation. And I said, absolutely, anything for you, Jenny. And so we're here doing a charity stream. Be here for a couple hours. And we're going to be playing games. We're just going to be talking. Right now, I'm trying to talk Jenny uh, out of her anxiety about Matt Campbell leaving Iowa State. Uh, her favorite football team in all the land. And yeah, we're just holding space right now. But I guess I could change back to this for a second, and then I'll switch back. But so for those who don't know, I'm RJ Zimmerman. I'm one half of Untapped Keg. I am an alcoholic. I'm sober, coming up on 8 years. Um, I have my brother-in-law and I started a podcast about it about a year and a half ago about our sobriety and how our sobriety affects everything in our life, and everything in our life affects our sobriety. And we talk about everything that's involved there, but we've also gone into mental health and how our mental health really does impact our sobriety, like why we drank the way we drank. And it's really helped both of us go into recovery. It's really helped both of us talk about things that we didn't know about. We get pretty vulnerable, but we still laugh at each other. Like we still have fun. Just because we don't drink doesn't mean that we can't have fun. Doesn't mean that we can't live a life. Like we still experience things. We're not shut-ins, right? We don't If we don't go do something, it's because we don't want to go do something. It's not because we're scared that we're gonna drink, right? Um, and just trying to be there for people who need it. Let people know they're not alone, especially those who are just starting out on their sober journey. Everybody's different. Everybody goes through different phases. Everybody has a different path, but we're all there together. That's what we're there for. So, um, that's a little bit about Untapped Keg. Picking Me Foundation is about raising awareness and getting um, fidget spinners for dermatillomania. Did it again, Jay, off the top of my head. Um, 1 out of 20 people have body focused repetitive behavior. And so, you know, all of our donations will go to help raise awareness, get fidget spinners or fidget packs for people who in need. And honestly, anything helps. So just trying to raise awareness and, help as many people as we can. So every little thing helps. And then also I have some incentives. So I'm gonna be playing some Sekiro to start. If somebody donates $10, which I had an alert set up for this, but it didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work. Let's see if it's working now. You never know. Nope, still not working. Very interesting. Um, so it's not working, but we can do what we can do, right? So if you donate, please put it in chat. And $5, you can ask me anything. $10, you can pick the game I play. If you still like Sekiro, um, you can ask me 2 questions too. It's your choice. $20, join me on Discord for 10 minutes in the stream. $30, you can do both or ask me 2 questions. $40, join me on camera for 10 minutes. It'll take a little bit of doing, but we can get it done. And $50, we can play a game together. So be here for another hour and a half, 2 hours, and let's just have some fun, right? So Jenny and I were just talking about college football and Iowa State's coach because things are getting very interesting in that realm. And yeah, so Jenny, so you were saying you don't know a program to compare it to. Like I said, Iowa State and Wisconsin are somewhat similar, especially I would say in the pre Barry Alvarez years, even during Barry Alvarez. I would say actually they're very similar in the Barry Alvarez years when they were on the come up. Wisconsin's been very successful now, but I think as fans we want more than what we have from them. So a lot of other programs focus more on winning than they do the players. Period. Like that's just how it is. That's how college sports are, right? It's about what have you done for me lately. It's about the tangibles. So, yeah. And by the way, if any dollar amount helps, but if you could share just the charity, that'd be awesome. That would be doing just as much as donating any money. Just sharing it on your socials, the charity information. So, really appreciate everybody who's here, everybody's tuning in. And do you have anything else that you want to go over quickly, Jenny, before you have to go to bed? As I like to say at night night. Especially at Notre Dame and Oklahoma, if you're not challenging for a national title, it's not good enough for those fan bases. So that's something that Matt Campbell will definitely be looking into. I'm sure of it. Universe stuff that I landed with Campbell while learning about all the silly stuff we subscribe to when it comes to sports and competitions and stuff. Yeah, absolutely. So I was in a bit of trouble here. Why is it chugging now? Oh my goodness, that's so. I'm telling you right now, like my Elgato is broken. I have problems with the sound, game volume. Please let me know if the game volume's too loud because it was for a while. Um, and yeah, that's what we'll work on. I don't know why it's chugging so much. Give me 1 second. Why does my Elgato just not like to work? Here's what we're gonna do. Do what we did before. That worked. Hopefully the sound works too. And thank you for hanging with me. Sorry, my Elgato just does not like me. And the game volume's not going to work because why would it, right? Come on now. Ah, and there we go. All right, so that's working. Fantastic. Yep. You have a good night, Jenny. Thank you for popping in, and I appreciate you right back. So for everybody just coming in, raising money for Picking Me Foundation. Um, and then if you donate using that link, those are the incentives. If you donate, alerts not working unfortunately. Uh, Please put it in chat. Let me know. And this game gets a little bit intense and a little hectic, so yes. I don't know what to do. Nobody knows what to do. Please tell me. I'm almost a little bit I just started playing this game Sunday, right? I'm still not great at it. It's from software games. It's a little bit, it has a learning. Easy, the best way I can put it. How did they do it? Oh, that's how they say it. That big dude. Big dude's gonna tear me up. Best served cold. Okay, that could have gone better. And I just got my boat because Unseen and half of skill experiences. Unseen 30%. No. Try this again and this. This game is different than some from software games because usually experience points or whatever it's called, various titles. I guess. Oh, Jesus. Yes, that is really how I want that. I feel like it's a skill you have to unlock. I don't know. If anybody knows more about this game, please let me know. Play that game. Myself. Big. He's big. He's scary. I'm not saying Harry is so bad. Death? I don't yet. I haven't leveled up what's in this thing yet. I don't know how. Raising money. Yeah, you could donate. If you have anything. Balloon filled with fountainhead water. One pops into the Mibu balloon. Break. Mibu. Product life born of should consider itself.
Inosuke, 守り鈴はほら、偏屈な仏様。
Oh yeah. Let me know if they please. like he died. For no reason. They didn't even give me any heavy heals. So oh, I didn't.
誰ぞそこにおるのか。おう、その声、いやまさかな。御神、我が名は野上伊之助。平田家の老頭だった。どうかそこのあばら屋の老婆の様子見てやってくれぬか。私の母なのだが狂ってしまい、もはや誰が誰だか分かっておらぬ。
Yeah, she asked me if I was
お
from
主の母
I
に
did not.
あったぞ。鈴を
Gave me a
もらった。
overdose.
そうか。礼を言う。母はその鈴をずっと気にかけていた。上事のように仏様に備えろと。
I'm there and I was asking. 'Why would I do that? Why? Oh, okay.
目覚めたようじゃな。因果よの。なかなかに死にきれぬようじゃ。
Alright, death is not your fate. So, rat sculpt somewhere. Pain cough rings out continuously. Man who coughs zealously sculpts statues of Buddha to avoid being consumed by the building flames. Owning this item reduces one's chances of receiving unseen aid. Dragon Rot. More one with the power of the dragon's heritage
なんだ。
お前さん、勘がちっとは忍びらしくなとっておき。
Book of Secrets that details a variety of techniques employed by shinobi, grants the ability to learn shinobi style skills. Within this text are the innermost secrets of the shinobi art, such as attacks performed in the air, hiding one's body. Such moves could never be practiced by samurai.
これは忍びのは侍には真似できぬ。まあどうするかは
Them are not as
お前さ戦う術など忍びだけ。
alright. Owning an esoteric text, combat style, skills acquired in the soldier's idol. Skill menu. Enemy defeated provides skill experience. Skill points are acquired once enough experience is gained. It can be spent to unlock skills. Some skills can also be learned by obtaining items or defeating enemies. So I want to thank everybody for being here. We're here raising money for Making Me Foundation. The charity is up! Exclamation point charity. And we're raising awareness for skin picking. We're raising awareness for hair pulling. We're raising awareness for fighting your skin, among other things. So we're just here hanging out. Feel free to ask me any questions. I'm RJ Zimmerman on behalf of Untapped Keg, and we'll go from there. See where the night takes us, right? Let's see what I got. Okay. That's some way to get rid of it, right? Get rid of that. Is this if anybody knows why my shadow chugs like this, it's super distracting here. But let me know. I'll try to fix it. Oops, why did I do that? Sorry, let me do that. I'm new. I'm starting to learn this. I think my Elgato's broken, but my problems with the sound too. No skills. New combat styles. Maybe learn through obtaining esoteric text for each style. 3 types of skills: combat arts, shinobi martial arts, and latent skills. Combat arts skills be equipped to be used. Shinobi martial arts and latent skills are always in effect when required. So, I have 1 skill point. This is combat art Rowan Slash. A spinning attack against several enemies at once. Shortcut combined with the force of spin. Burn up enemies. Miriki attack and stop them down. Large nearly impossible to perceive the speed of circle. Moment. Enemy must attack. That's. I'm gonna hold off. Spending that. Very interested in these. Well, let's go. Now we know that. Let's go. Get some experience. Some demon souls and I like that. Yep. FB. And I'm over. User. Less epic soldier. Next thing I do. Yep.
探せ。
Letters. You have to get out of here. I wish that would happen.